Greetings from the eerie coast. This is Mad Chad. Freya Vigime, Freya bless on this wonderful Friday. 80 degrees, slight overcast. It's not partly cloudy, it's slight overcast. With hints of blue in there. Beautiful day, beautiful day. No talk of rain or anything. That nature. When I tell you about those who did not have a beautiful day, those Americans that are trapped in Afghanistan, left out by Trader Joe and his militia slash competent regime. At least we forget 13 servicemen and women died at the gate, Kabul, Afghanistan, along with 200 poor souls, 3 or plus people lost arms and legs and limbs, things that don't grow back, a lot of them service members as well. U.S. military, Army, Navy, Marines, might have been some Air Force in there. Every day, never forget, and never forget whose fault this is. Deploy knife hands. But there was hope. Folks getting him out. Task Force Argo, Task Force Pineapple, Project Extras, Project Dynamo, Christian Coalition, Mighty Oak Foundation, just to name a few. And least we forget that 800, 900 people are still incarcerated. To keep arresting more. Held there, arrested for the J6 debacle, held there as political prisoners without sentencing, without bail, torture, solitary confinement conditions. Someone lost an eye. There have been suicides. A lot of moms and dads in prison. Just for either being there, being let in, or talking about it. Yeah. Incitement. Yeah. Incitement, obstruction, conspiracy. Yeah, you know, these fucked up charges, these trumped up charges. Yeah. Insurrection. Well, you know, whatever. Every day, never forget, and never forget whose fault this is. And yes, definitely deploy more knife hands. But there's hope. Thousands of people, family, friends, loved ones, charitable organizations, law firms do a pro bono work. Even some senators, congressmen, representatives, judges, former presidents, soon to be president, and Supreme Court getting into the fray. Meanwhile, so much to talk about that came across my desk. Yes, L.A. If you haven't noticed, L.A. has always had a bit of a homeless problem. One of which is the veterans. A lot of veterans, close to 3,000 plus veterans are homeless and living on the streets of LA. LA being Los Angeles, California, yeah. The Veteran of Foreign Affairs owns a lot of land in and around LA. Wow. Really? Yes. They own ballparks. They own buildings. They own courtyards. They own parks. They own places where people can go and be public, you know, just hang out. I don't know. The point is that 90% of the time it's never used. It's just land. It's just there. It's just holding. It's free rent-free. Yeah, of course they bought it, I guess. Rent-free, taxes-free. Like they enjoy that. They probably, I don't know if they pay taxes. I doubt it. I very seriously doubt it. The Veteran of Foreign Affairs pays taxes on land, but they have all this land, and there's been a class action lawsuit involving 3,000 homeless veterans that say, hey, why don't you just make housing for us? Or just open that land up for us to live. There's a place called Veterans Row. Well, it used to be called Veterans Row. They cleaned it out. It was along the fence line of one of these VA-owned properties. And of course, they called the cops and said, get those vagrants out of here. Get those homeless vagrants out of here. Well, they were all veterans. Yeah. This has been going on for years. This is nothing new, right? So, but what is new is that they're coming together and saying, hey, why don't you just give us a place to live? This is our land. I mean, I'm inclined to agree. I'm inclined to agree. You know, I could have been home. I was homeless by choice. I lived out of a sea bag for better part of a year, 2 years after I got out of the Marine Corps, just traveling around, just being a transient, if you will. But as a lifestyle, and we all know some homeless veterans, and you know, that's all they got, right? You know, it's hard. It's hard to join being in the military for so long, especially if you've been in, you know, some type of conflict or whatever, high stress environment for so long. You know, in the military, it's extremely hard, if not impossible, to you know, come back to society and be a prominent member of society. You can, and most people do, but there's those that fall through the cracks, right? And they're not weak; they're just, you know, a little broken, a little jaded. Definitely some mental health issues that needs to be addressed. It needs to be helped. Yes, and they barely get any help from the VA, Veteran Forest Affairs. They get a lot of money. And of course, you know, they want to. What is the thing they want to do? They want to make sure that if veterans are receiving money, that they don't get to have this. What do you mean? what do you mean? For someone who's slept 8, you know, fucked with my rifle at my side for years, shot it constantly, different weapon systems, learning about different weapon systems and deploying different weapon systems. You're telling me that because I accept some money or some help from the Veteran Forest Affairs, I can't own a defensive device, which is, of course, you know, part of our ethos here in the great United States of America, the Constitutional Republic. You know, it's what makes us a constitutional republic. Everybody's got one. So this class action lawsuit, it kind of makes sense, you know. And yeah, there's programs and there's places that these vets can go if they qualify, right? If they qualify for some type of help, and they do. They go to certain places. There's addiction things, and a lot of this shit gets outsourced, which makes sense because, you know, privately owned places do much better because they're run by capitalism. So, but you know, this promise that we have made to our veterans for years, decades, we have failed them. Absolutely failed our veterans. You know, I mean, is it a handout or a hand up? You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that the VA, you know, most governmental agencies are just corrupt, especially when it comes to money, especially when it comes to how they spend their money. Our money. We give them a big, huge chunk of change. 330 plus million of us, you know, giving out money. 310. There's 320 because there's 10 million people that never pay taxes, and plus it's growing. Yeah, and I'm not talking nefariously. I'm talking by right, by decree, and by will alone. They say, no, I'm not paying your fucking extortion fees. Shout out to those guys. And we're talking about Americans. I'm not, you know, but there are more and more people that are coming into this country, our new neighbors, if you will. They're not paying a lot of taxes anyway, and they get most of the the assistance, whereas our heroes, our war heroes, are left to live out in tents on the street. Does not sit right with me. Does not sit right with me at all. Most people it doesn't. Most veterans it doesn't. And of course, we all know that 22, it keeps growing. It used to be 22 a day veterans die. There's 18 million veterans in this country, approximately. 18 million. So I mean, that's an interesting lawsuit, and I think they're winning. I think the VA, who is the king of misappropriation of funds. All these alphabet agencies are all about misappropriation of funds. That's how they get it, right? They corrupt the fuck out of it, and then they just start stealing money. So if you really, really, really want to make money, just join some kind of stupid agency, and you'll get paid. What do you do? Oh, I work for the Department of Agriculture. What do you do? I watch the migrate. I watch the sun, and I get paid like $80,000 a year. What? Yeah. Just watch the progression of the sun, note it, make notations, and oh, what do you do? Oh, I study worms. What? Yeah. So, sure, some of this shit, some people actually do something, but for the most part, it's just bullshit. It's, you're sitting, you've got an office full of, people that are making $100,000 a year, and they do nothing. They file some paperwork. They push buttons on fucking computers. Hey, I'm not saying that that's important, but if it's just bullshit, like frivolous bullshit, we need to cut a lot of fat around here. We really do, and we know this. And the VA definitely. Now there is some good things that the VA does, but we all know it needs to be overhauled. But I found this very interesting, and it's a bit of a dilemma, if you will. I mean, which side are you on? Me personally, I'd like to see, those veterans have a place to go, at least to be able to survive and live and work on themselves. It's in any kind of homelessness is a choice, as a lifestyle for most. But there's is it really? I mean, is it really? Because that's what they want to do to us. They want to make us all homeless, put us all in boxes and pods, if you will, and to be processed into worm food, whatever. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. It's part of that enlightenment, wisdom, staring into the abyss. When the abyss stares back, you go mad. Yeah, it is a challenge to live in modern day society and do what's expected of you. It is. It really is. I've had so many people that have helped me along the way, trying to do the right thing and live in this society. But maybe these homeless people, they got an idea. I mean, like, wait a minute, why are we fucking paying into this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? It might be a something that we have to think about later on down the road, right? Because a lot of our systems, a lot of our agencies are failing, and it's because of corruption. Corruption and greed. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, see, I just got cut. There were some other things I wanted to talk about. They're trying to change the face of the Air Force. by a certain time, which I forget. They want more of how can I say this? I mean, I have to walk on eggshells. The Air Force now and in the future wants it to be a more inclusive. Yeah, DEI is all the Air Force, the Army, even the Navy, and the Marines, which the Marines are fighting it, are fighting this DEI, and rightly so. But the Air Force is succumbing to this. They want basically no one of Caucasian status, Caucasian classification, shall we say. They don't want anyone of Caucasian classification becoming an officer, becoming a leader. Right? So they have and they've it's open. I mean, they've talked about this. It's out there. It's you know, they are recruiting and removing at the same time. So anyone of Caucasian classification is being removed and being replaced with someone of more of a inclusive classification. I mean, we worked really, really hard. It's just another way to divide and conquer. It really is. It's only a matter of time till our new neighbors find their way into our illustrious military, and then they get turned on us. Anyway, that's another story. So anyway, go Team Devildawg. Go Team Devildawg. Fuck brain surgery. He is suffering from brain surgery, or he is recovering from brain surgery. He is suffering. A lot of pain involved. When people cut into your head. Yeah. Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah. Go sub to Devildawg Prepper. I think he's in the mid 400s right now. While he's recuperating, he can't really, do much on YouTube. But the brother is he's dead. He is right on. He is dead on. He is a prepper through and through. And go check him out. Go sub to his channel. Go watch all his content. Go comment on all his content and then share it. Let's get that brother up and sub so we can enjoy the fruits of YouTube. Yeah. So please sub to Devildawg Prepper. Do it now, right? And go TeamLinda. Go TeamLinda. Fuck cancer. She is still fighting cancer and kicking ass and taking names. So please give your thoughts and prayers to Devildawg Prepper and TeamLinda, right? Thoughts and prayers. They work. They really do work. And go TeamJoe. Go TeamJoe. Fuck addiction. He's been past 2 months now without a drink. He's still having some health issues. He's still having some mental issues. He's still having to deal with, all these things, and financial issues as well. It's a hard life. It really is. Getting out of addiction. It's hard. So yes. So please give your thoughts and prayers to Joe Morgan, and go to his channel and sub and give him some words of encouragement. Anyway, on this beautiful day, every day, never forget.